So functional analysis, it is a sixth topic in our syllabus. The topic or fourth topic? Sixth topic in our syllabus, functional analysis. So in a functional analysis, basic first of all, we need to know about some real content, real analysis related content, and also basics of a sequence and series. After that, we have to continue the functional, because in our so functional analysis basic is, first one is metric space. So metric space பத்தி நம்ம எங்க படிச்சிருந்திருக்கோம், ஆல்ரெடி சும்மா சிம்பிளா படிச்சிருப்போம். பட் இங்கே வந்துட்டு கம்ப்ளீட்டாக நம்ம மெட்ரிக் ஸ்பேஸ்னா என்ன, அது ரிலேட்டடாக இருக்கக்கூடிய சிம்பிளான விஷயங்கள் எல்லாத்தையும் நம்ம திரும்ப திரும்ப பார்க்குற மாதிரி இருக்கும். சரிங்களா? ஸோ அவ்வளோதான். வேறு யாரும் இன்னும் ஜாயின் பண்ணுவாங்களா இல்லையா? 5 பீப்புள்ஸ் ஆர் தேர். இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் வந்துருச்சு இல்லையா உங்களுக்கு?
எஸ் சார்.
Yes, sir.
ஸோ நம்ம ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுவோம். மற்றவங்க வர வழி வரட்டும். ஸோ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் இப்போது என்ன தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, லீனியர் ஸ்பேஸ். பிகாஸ் நமக்கு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டாப்பிக்கே என்ன இருக்குன்னா, பெனாக் ஸ்பேஸ்ன்ற ஒரு டாபிக் இருக்குது. ஸோ இந்த கம்ப்ளீட் பெனாக் ஸ்பேஸ் எங்கே ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகுதுன்னா லீனியர் ஸ்பேஸ்லேருந்து ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகுது. ஸோ இப்போ லீனியர் ஸ்பேஸோட டெஃபினிஷன் வந்துட்டு சும்மா எழுதிடுறேன், நீங்கள் அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன தெரியும் சொல்லுங்கள். ஸோ லீனியர் ஸ்பேஸ், so scalars alpha and beta ரெண்டு scalars இருக்கு. So two scalars in the terms, scalars are mostly taken from a field. ஓகேங்களா? ஃபீல்டு நம்ம அல்ஜிப்ராவில் படிச்சிருக்கோம் இல்லைங்களா, அங்கேருந்து நம்ம மோஸ்ட்லி ஸ்கேலார்ஸ்ன்ற ஒரு டாப்பிக்கே நம்ம எடுத்துக்க வேண்டியிருக்கும். ஸோ த ஸ்கேலார்ஸ் டேக்கன் ஃப்ரம் தட் சம் ஃபீல்டு எஃப் அண்ட் எலமெண்ட் and the element x belongs to L. Some element belongs to x belongs to L, then the first condition of a linear space is alpha of x plus y is equal to alpha x plus alpha y. Here only one scalar is there. Second condition is alpha plus beta of x is equal to alpha x plus beta. Again only one vector is here. So x is called vector, then alpha and beta are scalars. சரிங்களா? எக்ஸ் அப்படிங்கிறது இங்கே மென்ஷன் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க, பட் வெக்டார்ன்றது நம்ம அவங்க சொல்லலை. இதுக்கப்புறம் நம்ம பார்ப்போம். hereafter we will see the what is it x is called vector அப்படிங்கிறத நம்ம கிளியராகவே பார்ப்போம். So second, this is a A and this is a BC is alpha beta of x is equal to alpha of beta x. And then last one is 1 into x is equal to x. ஸோ இங்கே இருக்கக்கூடிய கண்டிஷன்ஸ்லாம் என்ன மாதிரியான விஷயத்தை பார்த்தாலே தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். ஸோ ஒன் இஸ் அ distributive the law, and here also the distributive law, but here scalar distribution and here vector distribution, and this one is very simple associative, and this one is identity. So mostly இந்த மாதிரியான கண்டிஷன்ஸ் தான் வரப்போகுது. Scalars alpha and beta are scalars. Linear spaceல இருக்கக்கூடிய alpha and betaங்கிறது scalars. X is a linear space taken from ஒரு ஸ்பேஸ்ல இருந்து எடுத்துட்டு இருக்கோம் இந்த வெக்டரை. ஸோ alpha of x plus y is equal to alpha x plus alpha y. So these are all the linear properties. Simply we can say it is a linear property, right? Then alpha beta of x is equal to alpha of a beta x. 1 into x is equal to x, and this is a very basic of a linear space. Now we are going to see the normed linear space. ஸோ உங்களுக்கு மெட்ரிக் ஸ்பேஸ் பற்றி ரிலேட்டடாக நான் சொல்கிறேன் கண்டிப்பாக, ஏன்னா அதுவும் நம்ம தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும். பட் எந்தெந்த கண்டென்ட்ஸ் ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டனோ அதை மட்டும் நான் இப்போ சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கேன். ஏன்னா பெனாக் ஸ்பேஸ் அப்படிங்கிறது ஒரு நார்ம்டு லீனியர் ஸ்பேஸ்லேருந்து நம்ம எடுத்துக்கக்கூடியது. த பெனாக் ஸ்பேஸ் இஸ் taken from a normed linear space. That's why we are taking the starting of that linear space only. Okay, now we are going to start that normed linear space. Normed linear space. So again, normed linear space is a linear space. Normed linear space is a linear space n. Okay, this is taken as a n which to each vector. Here we are taking a vectors in taken from n. You understand? So for all the vectors taken from this linear space, each vector taken from the particular normed linear space only. So here also some conditions are there. That vector defined as norm x. It is called norm of x. That norm x satisfies following condition. So very simple. xங்கிறது ஒரு லீனியர் ஸ்பேஸ்ல எடுத்துக்கிட்டேன், nன்ற ஒரு லீனியர் ஸ்பேஸ்ல இருந்து x எடுத்துக்கிட்டேன். ஓகே, so that x is defined as a norm x. So what is a norm அப்படின்றத இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் முன்னாடி போக உங்களுக்கு கிளியராகவே சொல்லிடுறேன். ஓகே, ஸோ norm is a length of x ன்னு கூட சொல்லலாம். non-negative real number x is thought as a length of a vector s ன்னு சொல்லுவோம். ஜென்ரலாக எக்ஸுங்கிறத இங்கே வெக்டார்ஸ் தான் டினோட் பண்ணுவாங்க எல்லா இடத்துலையும் மேக்ஸிமம். ஸோ த சாட்டிஸ்ஃபை த வாட் ஆர் த கண்டிஷன்ஸ் ஹியர்? ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கண்டிஷன். ஸோ இந்த கண்டிஷன்ஸ் கண்டிப்பாக ஒரு தடவைக்கு 2 தடவை படிச்சு வைக்குங்க. பிகாஸ் ஆல்ரெடி த கொஷின்ஸ் கேம் ஃப்ரம் திஸ். ஸோ மாடுலஸ் ஆஃப் எக்ஸ் இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு 0. When the modulus of norm of x is equal to 0, that is if and only if condition. When fx x is equal to 0, then norm of x is also 0. Otherwise, x not equal to 0, we have to take it as norm of x greater than or equal to 0 only. When x value is 0, norm of x is also 0. If x not equal to 0, norm of x does not 0, there is greater than or equal to 0. So next one is x plus y less than or equal to norm x plus norm y. This is a named condition, triangular inequality. You can name it as triangular inequality because it is inequality only, not equality. Okay, inequality. See, in this topic we have a lot of definitions, lot of theorems related subject only. Very little bit means 10% only we have a sum. not 10, 5%. 5%. Any one question will ask for the sum actually. Sum means a problem like. Okay. Others we have solution related, result related, corollary related, some questions only they will ask in PGTRB. Okay. So last one is third one is norm of alpha x is equal to mod alpha norm of x. Why it is a mod alpha? எதனால mod alpha போடுறோம்னு தெரியுங்களா? ஒரு ஸ்கேலாருக்கு நம்மளால norm எடுக்க முடியாது. ஒரு ஸ்கேலாருக்கு நம்மளால we cannot take a norm for that particular scalar values. So your alpha and betas are scalars. I already told you, right? So norm of alpha we can take an as what is it? Modulus of alpha. Then vector we can take it in terms of norm. Okay. So we need a space. So all are right completed. This one. I'll take a picture also. No problem. முடிச்சாச்சா?
1 second, sir.
Please be okay. So in this topic, each and every point is very important. They can ask any point. False statement like assumptions and reasons, if and only if conditions.
Sir, what is that second point, sir? At the end, something you have written, triangular
Triangular inequality.
inequality.
Triangular
Finish, sir. Sir, finished.
So next point is the non-negative norm of x is a non-negative real number. And it is called length of a vector x. Very simple. Okay. So it is called the length of a vector x. It is called a norm of n. This is called a norm of x. It is also a norm of a n, defined as a norm of a that particular norm linear space. And this is a norm linear space is a metric space with respect to that particular value. See, this is second note. Note number 2. Normed linear space N is a metric space with respect to the metric is defined, metric D defined. Metric D defined by d of x comma y is equal to norm x minus norm y. So this is a difference between two values. Simply, it is a norm of x minus y. Okay. And third one is, so already we saw this condition, norm of x plus y is equal to, not equal to, less than or equal to norm of x plus norm of y. But this is a fourth one, very important. This question already they asked in TRB question. Mod of norm of x minus norm of y less than or equal to norm of x minus y. Are you able to understand what it is? Or norm x minus norm y less than or equal to norm of x minus y. So it is a completely different between these two. It is already third point is already I told, this is triangular inequality, right? And fifth point is norm of 0 is equal to 0, because 0 is only a number, no distance between that number. Okay, so 0 is the only number we have, we cannot calculate with the distance for that particular number. So that's why norm of a 0 is equal to 0. ஏன்னா மாடுலஸ் நார்ம்குள்ளே வரக்கூடிய ஒவ்வொன்றுக்குமே ஒரு லென்த் இருக்கணும் கண்டிப்பாக. அந்த இடத்துல எக்ஸுங்கிறது அன்னோன் வேல்யூ. ஸோ அதுக்கு நம்ம லென்த் கால்குலேட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு சான்சஸ் இருக்கும். அதனால் நம்ம நார்ம் ஆஃப் எக்ஸ் சொன்னோம்னா அது லென்த் ஆஃப் எக்ஸ்ன்னு சொல்லலாம். பட் ஜீரோங்கிறது ஆல்ரெடி ப்ரீ டிஃபைன்டு நம்பர் வித்தவுட் எனி கால்குலேட்டட் தட் நியூட்ரல் நம்பர். ஸோ அதுக்கு நம்ம நார்ம் எடுக்கும்போது ஆன்சர் அதே நம்பர் தான் கிடைக்கும் நமக்கு. சரிங்களா? ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன் இஸ், ஸோ இந்த 5 பாயிண்ட் எழுதிக்குங்க கிளியராக. நெக்ஸ்ட் நம்ம செமினாம் ஆர் ஸ்பெசிடோ நார்ம் அப்படிங்கிறத பார்க்கலாம். செமினாம் ஆர் ஸ்பெசிடோ நார்ம் அப்படிங்கிறத பார்க்க ஆரம்பிக்கலாம். These 5 points related as a norm. ஓகேவா? ஸோ நார்ம் அப்படிங்கிறது நான் நெகட்டிவ் real number length of a vector. Norm linear space is a metric space with respect to the metric D defined as a distance between the two norms, two vectors. D of xy means the norm of xy. And triangular inequality, if it is a minus, which one is a greater? Norm of x minus y is a greater. So the individual norms is a lesser than the comparatively. Okay. ஸோ ரெண்டையும் ஆட் பண்ணி நார்ம் எடுக்கிறத விட எது பெருசு? தனித்தனி நார்ம்ஸ் எடுத்து ஆட் பண்ணுறது பெருசு. ஸோ அது குவைட் ஆப்போசிட் அப்படியே. இஃப் இன் சப்ராக்ஷன் கேஸ், ஸோ இண்டிவிஜுவல் மைனஸ் லெஸ் than ஆர் ஈக்குவல் டு சப்ராக்டட் போத் டேக்கிங் எ நார்ம். Fifth condition is a norm 0 is equal to 0. So I will go to the next page. ஸோ கொஞ்சம் குயிக்காக எழுதிக்கங்க. இல்லை அப்படின்னா டக்குன்னு ஒரு பிக் எடுத்துக்கிட்டிங்கன்னா பெட்டராக இருக்கும். ஃபோட்டோ எடுத்துக்கிட்டிங்கன்னா இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் ஈஸியாக இருக்கும் நீங்கள் எழுதிக்கிறதுக்கு. அப்புறம் ஓகேவா? செமி நார்ம். Semi norm. In this definition of a norm linear space, in the definition of norm linear space, we have a, at how many conditions we have it? 1, 2, 3. 3 conditions in a non-linear space. If it is a non-linear space, that only one condition. What is the condition? Non-linear space. The condition norm of x is equal to 0 if and only if x is equal to 0 is dropped. Dropped meaning என்னங்க அதை விட்டுட்டோம்னா is dropped. Is dropped, then the norm is called semi-norm. Is called semi-norm or pseudo-norm. Pseudo-norm. Pseudo-norm on capital N. Okay, is a semi-norm linear space. Semi-normed linear space. Okay. So என்ன சொல்ல வராங்க? Already we have some conditions in a normed linear space. What are the conditions? Norm of x greater than or equal to 0. And norm of alpha x is equal to mod alpha norm x. And second condition is triangular inequality. In that condition, we have left out that only one. Which one we have to left this condition? இதை மட்டும் ட்ராப் பண்ணிட்டோம்னா, இந்த பர்டிகுலர் கண்டிஷனை மட்டும் ட்ராப் பண்ணிட்டோம்னா, that whole norm linear space is pseudo norm. Okay. So now next one is in terms of, so already we know about open sphere, closed sphere. Related ஏதாவது தெரியுமா? Open sphere, closed sphere. Open sphere, closed sphere. இது முன்னாடி கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா அப்படி?
Yes.
ஸோ அங்கே என்ன கேள்விப்பட்டோமோ அதே தாங்க அப்படியே இங்கேயும் பார்க்க போகிறோம். பட் இருந்தாலும் நம்ம நார்ம்ஸில் யூஸ் பண்ணி பார்க்க போகிறோம். We are using here norms in terms of norms. Okay. So the open sphere is a ball of x comma, that one ball is here, ball of x naught, that open bracket we can put it here, open bracket x naught comma r is equal to the particular value x. That x will be taken from the condition x minus x naught less than strictly less than r. Very important. It is strictly less than r. Next one is closed sphere. Closed sphere. Same condition, but here ball of x comma r is equal to some x value. That x value is taken from the condition less than or equal to r. Are you able to understand what it is? Open unit sphere. Open unit sphere same as a closed unit sphere. So the open unit sphere, simply it is a called ball b is equal to some set of x value, that x value is strictly less than 1. And next one is b x value norm of x less than or equal to 1. So what is the difference between a closed sphere? Closed sphere and closed unit sphere. What is the difference?
Radius 1.
Yes, of course, radius 1. That is called the unit sphere. Unit here is called 1 here. Okay. I will put one diagram, very simple diagram. One ball is here. It is a center point. The center point and some value of center point to that circumference is called r. The distance between a center point and the any point of a circumference is called r. That is called radius, right? So first of all, see the open sphere. Open sphere is strictly less than r. So what is the meaning? Before the r, before the touching of a circumference, we can make it a naught. Here x naught is a center point and x is called x1, x2, x3, like all the points between the center, around the center and between center to before the radius. Sir, and the it is a closed sphere. Closed sphere, right? It is a less than or equal.
Sir, voice break ಆಗಿದೆ sir.
Then this is the meaning. Same like here, less than or equal to means we can counted that particular circumference points are also.
Sir, voice break ஆகுது sir.
Second one, உங்களுக்கு மட்டுமா
Sir,
இல்ல
voice
எல்லாத்துக்குமா?
break, sir. Voice breaking, sir.
திருப்பி நான் சொல்றேன். Open sphere is a okay. So open sphere is a very simple thing before the circle. The condition is strictly less than. Strictly less than is a open sphere condition. So strictly less than வரும்போது நமக்கு open sphere னு சொல்லுவோம். Less than or equal to வரும்போது closed sphere னு சொல்லுவோம். சரிங்களா? So this is a one ball. Next one is also we can take it another ball here. This is 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter. There is a 1 centimeter radius ball that is called a unit sphere. Unit sphere, any number, any point we have taken from between the circumference. Again, sir, 1 touch பண்ணா கூடாது. It is strictly less than 1. அப்படி இருக்கக்கூடிய x values எல்லாத்தையும் நான் கலெக்ட் பண்ணி ஒரு செட் எழுதணும்னா ஓப்பன் யூனிட் ஸ்பியர்னு சொல்றேன். We can counted as that particular point on the circumference also. ஓகேவா? ஸோ அந்த சர்க்கம்ஃபரன்ஸ் மேலேயும் வந்துச்சுன்னா less than or equal to சொல்லுவோம். சரிங்க, என்ன வரல? எக்ஸ் நாட். வாட் இஸ் எக்ஸ் நாட் ஹியர்? எக்ஸ் நாட் சென்டர் பாயிண்ட் இஸ் 0.
Center point.
Okay, center point is 0 here.
0.
So because it is a unit sphere, so center point we cannot calculate. That means a 0 only a center point. So just omitted that 0 value. Norm of x strictly less than 1. Norm of x strictly less than or equal to 1. If it is an open sphere, strictly less than 1. If it is a closed one, less than or equal to. Is this okay?
Okay, sir.
So next one is a convergence condition. These all are already we know about that in terms of x only, in terms of x or in terms of d, what is it term, metric space. We studied in real analysis part. So real நடத்திட்டாங்களா?
No, sir.
ஸோ நீங்களா படிச்சுட்டு இருக்கீங்களா ரியல்? சும்மா அதை எடுத்து பார்க்குறீங்களா?
No, sir.
ஓகே, பரவாயில்லைங்க. But the date was extended. Application date was extended up to 31st of October, I thought. அது தெரியும் இல்லையா உங்களுக்கு?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next page, shall we move on next page? Anybody want to write?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So next one is a convergence in normed linear space. Convergence in a normed linear space. A sequence xn in capital N is set to converges to an element x naught belongs to N if N value greater than or equal to M naught, such that norm of xn minus x naught, it is strictly less than epsilon. This is called convergence in normed linear space. In the convergence condition, we already know about the condition. If it is a sequence xn converges to x, means limit x tends to limit n tends to infinity xn, that is equal to, what is the convergence point here? X naught. Therefore x naught. So it is also, we can written as a term xn follows x naught if and only if norm of xn minus x naught tends to 0. Like we can written as the term. So next part is a Cauchy sequence. So Cauchy sequence. What is a Cauchy sequence? A sequence xn in again a sequence xn in n is called Cauchy. It's called Cauchy sequence if given epsilon greater than 0, there exists a positive integer m naught, such that m comma n greater than or equal to m naught, thus implies norm of xn minus xm strictly less than epsilon. This is a Cauchy sequence in normed linear space. Okay. So ப்ரீவியஸாக நம்ம என்ன மாதிரியான விஷயம்லாம் படிச்சோமோ அது எல்லாத்தையும் திரும்பவும் நார்ம் லீனியர் ஸ்பேஸ்க்குள்ளே வச்சு படிக்க ஆரம்பிப்போம். இட்ஸ் அ வெரி சிம்பிள் ஒன், கன்வர்ஜென்ஸ் இன் நார்ம் லீனியர் ஸ்பேஸ், நார்ம் ஆஃப் எக்ஸ்என். ஸோ மாடுலஸ்ன்னு படிச்சுட்டு இருந்தோம். மாடுலஸ் ஆஃப் எக்ஸ்என் மைனஸ் எக்ஸ் லெஸ் தென் எப்சிலான், then is a convergence condition. So same like the condition in normed linear space, we are using a norm. Very simple. Okay. Cauchy sequence also same. Sequence of xn minus xm less than epsilon. All of you completed? All of you completed?
Yes.
Okay. Now we the most important topic is complete. Next topic is complete. What is a complete? Complete. A normed linear space N is called a normed linear space. NLS, that is a normed linear space. N is called complete if and only if every Cauchy sequence in N, every Cauchy sequence in N is convergent. So that the examples of complete terms, the examples of a complete C R power 1, R power 2, R power n, R d z L square space. These all are the complete spaces. First one C is denoted as, what is the term? Complex. R power 1 real number dimension 1, R power 2 real number dimension 2. Dimension 2 means we have to put it in a bracket x comma y like that term. Okay, dimension 1 we have using a only one vector like 1 2 3 4. That in dimension 2 we have to make it a bracket and we can say it is a coordinate like. And R power n, nth dimension of a real number. Rd, anybody know about Rd? What is Rd? Anyone? Discrete? Rd is in a discrete or Rd is a metric? A little bit confused, sir. Is it right? Little bit confused. Is it right or not?
Sir.
Okay. So Rd mostly we have mentioning as a metric space. Okay. Metric space. Mostly we are using that metric space, and Z is an integer. L square is a space of a number. We will see what is a L square here after only. Okay. These all are the complete spaces. C, R1, R2, Rn. In terms of R, all the R0, R is, what is it? Complete. What is a complete? Every Cauchy sequence is convergent in that particular sequence itself. Every Cauchy sequence in N is a convergent. That is called complete. So some important note here. Very simple note and very important also. Mostly they are asking a question like, any convergent sequence is a Cauchy sequence or not? Any convergent sequence is a Cauchy sequence or not?
Yes, sir.
No? Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So ஒவ்வொரு கன்வர்ஜென்ட் சீக்வன்ஸும் காசி சீக்வன்ஸாக இருக்கும். பட் கான்வர்ஸ் இஸ் அ நாட் ட்ரூ. Converse is a not true. Every Cauchy sequence does not convergent sequence. This is a converse, okay? But every Cauchy sequence is a convergent on Euclidean space. Every Cauchy sequence is convergent on ஸோ இது கொஞ்சம் கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணுறீங்க டக்குன்னு. All are completed.
Yes, sir.
So next one is in this topic, Banach space. This is actually introduction part of a introduction term in functional analysis, where you can see Banach space, and another one word is that Hilbert space. So both are very important terms. So Banach space, Banach space is a complete normed linear space. That's why we are see that terms. What is a normed linear space? Normed linear space, we have three terms. Norm of x is equal to 0 when x is equal to 0. Norm of x greater than or equal to 0. And another one is triangular inequality, norm of alpha x. These three conditions will consist in a normed linear space. And what is a complete one? Now only we saw that. What is it? Every Cauchy sequence in a convergent in that same sequence. So both conditions we combined, we get the Banach space. Here Banach space is complete normed linear space. Very simple. CNLS. Please remember that the Banach space is a complete normed linear space. They already some asked a question from this directly. What is a Banach space? Then Banach space is called complete normed linear space. And second one is, second point we have written at finite dimensional normed linear space. Finite dimensional, that is the most important. Finite dimensional normed linear space is a Banach space. Finite dimensional normed linear space is a Banach space. And we have some theorem is here. This is actually first theorem. Theorem, let M be a closed linear subspace of a normed linear space. Closed linear subspace of norm linear space capital N. If the norm of a coset x plus capital M in the quotient space, what is the coset? Anyone? Algebra நடத்தியாச்சு இல்லையா? N by M is defined by that quotient space. N by M is defined by norm of x plus M is equal to infimum of norm of x plus M. This M, small m belongs to capital M. Then N by M is normed linear space if N is Banach space, then n by m is also Banach space. Okay. ஸோ கொஞ்சம் குயிக்காக எழுதிக்கங்க. இது ஒரு நான் டயக்ராமை உங்களுக்கு போட்டு கூட காமிக்கிறதுக்கு. ஸோ ஒரு one normed linear space is there, and the subspace is called closed linear subspace is here. We can make it a coset between these two values. All the x values taken from n, but the m values are taken from small m. x எல்லாம் n ல இருந்து எடுக்கிறோம், m எல்லாம் m ல இருந்து எடுக்கிறோம். We can make it a, what is the term? Norm of x plus m, that is a coset. இப்படிதாங்க இருக்கும் கோசெட்டு. பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? ஒரு செட் இருக்கும், அதுக்குள்ள இன்னொரு செட் இருக்கும், சப்செட்டு. அதில் இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒவ்வொரு எலமெண்ட்டையும் அந்த செட்டோடையே ஃபுல்லாக கனெக்ட் ஆகிருக்கும். ரைட் கோசெட், லெஃப்ட் கோசெட்னு சொல்லுவோம். ஸோ இஃப் இட் இஸ் a term that particular element is in the right side, right coset. That particular element is in a left side, left coset. If the right coset and left cosets are equal, we can say it is a coset. Okay. So number of a different coset is called number of a different number of
Index.
Anyone? Index. Okay. Index of a
Index.
g comma f g comma அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். Okay. So this is a infimum of a norm of x plus m. M belongs to m. There is a quotient set. N by m is a norm linear space. If n is a norm linear space, then n by m is also norm linear space. Then n is a Banach space. N by m also, what's the term? Banach space. Okay va? nங்கிறது norm linear space மட்டும் சொல்லியிருந்தாங்கன்னா n by m norm linear space மட்டும் சொல்லுங்க. If n is a Banach space ன்னு சொன்னா, what is the actual Banach space condition? First of all, it will definitely a norm linear space. Then it will complete, the complete norm linear space is called Banach space. Write down. Complete it. All are completed.
Yes, sir.
So next is n be a non-zero norm linear space. Zero norm linear space, and then n is Banach space. N is Banach space if and only if x is, in terms of norm of x is equal to 1, is complete. n is a norm linear space na, then என்ன Banach space ன்னு எப்ப சொல்லலாம்? ஒரு x value எடுக்கிறோம், the set of x value norm x equal to 1ன்ற மாதிரி இருந்துச்சுன்னா, norm x is equal to 1ன்னு எழுதக்கூடிய அந்த x values எல்லாத்தையும் எடுத்து ஒரு செட் கிரியேட் பண்ணி அந்த செட்டை நான் கம்ப்ளீட்னு ப்ரூவ் பண்ணனா, obviously n value is Banach space. If n is a Banach space, we can prove it as x values, that x values, all x values is equal to norm of x value equal to 1
One.
is a complete set. Okay. Then secondly, so here some notations will given. Some notations. First of all is b of a t. B of t. What is the b of t? Set of a scalar valued bounded function. Set of scalar valued bounded function on a set T is Banach space. Okay. Set of a scalar valued bounded function on a set T is a Banach space. Then secondly, here note that L infinity is a special case of B of t. Next one is absolutely summable. Absolutely summable. The series summation of Fn is said to be absolutely summable, if summation n is equal to 0 to infinity, that norm of that particular sequence strictly less than infinity. This is called absolutely summable, right? So when we can say it is a absolutely summable, we can find out some answer. Is it right? We can find out some answer, not a infinity. Here infinity is a maximum value. So it is strictly less than infinity only they give. It is strictly less than infinity means, sir, infinity க்கு before ஒரு நம்பர் கிடைச்சிரும். அப்ப என்னங்க ஆன்சர்? கன்வர்ஜென்ட் கண்டிப்பா கிடைக்கும். It will convert some point. That is the meaning of a summable. That convergent point is called a some value. Okay. And we have some theorem related absolutely summable. We can move the next page. Let's write down fast. Completed?
Yes, sir.
So theorem, that is summable related theorem. So these are very important because they asked already in statement. ஸோ இங்கே ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்ன்றதை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் எப்படி இருக்குன்னாங்க, உங்களுக்கு ஒரு 4 ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்டை கொடுத்துட்டு ட்ரூ ஆர் ஃபால்ஸ் கேட்பாங்க. ஸோ அதனால வேறு வழி இல்லாமல் எல்லா ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்டையும் படிச்சுட்டு போகிற மாதிரி தான் இருக்கும். ஏன்னா பிகாஸ் வி நீட் விச் ஒன் இஸ் எ ட்ரூ, விச் ஒன் இஸ் எ ஃபால்ஸ், வி ஹாவ் டு கம்ப்ளீட்லி ஸ்டடி. ஓகே. A normed linear space is a Banach space if and only if every absolute summable series in n is summable. Very simple. A normed linear space Banach space is a Banach space if and only if every absolutely summable series in n is summable. Okay, so இப்போ வரைக்கும் நம்ம கிட்ட ஒரு we have a 3 definitions for a particular topic. What is a particular topic? Banach space. We have a 3 different solutions. We have a 3 different definitions. First definition, complete normed linear space is called Banach space. What is it? Complete normed linear space is called Banach space. And secondly, finite dimensional normed linear space is called Banach space. And third one is normed linear space is a Banach space if and only if every absolutely summable series in n is again a summable, right? Okay, so let us go the next one. Here some inequality is given. Jensen inequality. Jensen inequality. So Jensen's inequality, very simple one. If 1 less than or equal to p, strictly less than or less than infinite, norm of x or less than or equal to norm of xp. Are you able to understand what it is? Here 1 strictly less than or equal to p. So 1 விட p number பெருசு, p விட r பெருசு, r விட infinity பெருசு. But norm எடுக்கும்போது எது பெருசா மாறுதுன்னு பாருங்க. Which one is a greater here? Norm of a p is a greater. Norm of a p is a greater. So this is a Jensen's inequality. If 1 less than or equal to p less than r less than infinity, then norm of r less than or equal to norm of p. So third, convex. Convex condition is, we have 2 conditions in the terms of a convex. Let L be a linear space. Here we don't want to go up to normed linear space like a Banach space, and say clearly L is a linear space only, not a Banach space, not a normed linear space. Okay. சார் இந்த மாதிரி பேசிக்கான விஷயத்தை கேட்கலாங்களா? தாராளமாக கேட்கறதுக்கு சான்ஸ் இருக்கு இல்லையா? They have a chance to ask the same basic questions also. So அதை நம்ம மிஸ் பண்ணிடக்கூடாது எப்போவுமே, ரைட்? ஸோ இங்கேயும் என்னென்னு கொடுத்துருக்காங்க பாருங்க, லீனியர் ஸ்பேஸ் ஆஃப் அ ரியல் ஆர் அ காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ். இந்த அளவுக்கு நம்ம டெப்த்தாக படிக்கணுங்க கண்டிப்பாக, சரியா? A non-empty set, non-empty subset, non-empty subset S of L set to be convex. So L is a linear space of a real or complex number, non-empty subset L for S of a L set to be a convex if xy belongs to S such that 1 minus alpha x plus alpha y belongs to S. For all xy belongs to S, and also already சொல்லியாச்சு இல்லையா, all values சொல்லியாச்சு. Here very important one is 0 to 1 is alpha value. Alpha value lies between 0 to 1. In other words, in other hand we have stated as xy belongs to S, alpha x plus beta y. Alpha x plus beta y belongs to again the set S. Here alpha and beta are greater than or equal to 0, and next one alpha plus beta is equal to 1. So see the conditions. alpha and betas are greater than 0, only positive number without 0. But addition of these two values, we have to getting answer is 1. Okay. So the both values lies between 0 to 1 only. Again, they set. Okay. So the convex condition, we have two conditions, 1 minus alpha x plus alpha y belongs to S. If the condition will happen only in alpha value 0 to 1. And second condition, alpha x plus beta y belongs to S. The both values are greater than or equal to 0 when the condition is alpha plus beta is equal to strictly 1. Equal to 1. Please write it down. Complete it fast. முடிச்சிங்களா? நெக்ஸ்ட் போலாமா?
Yes, sir. Finished.
So next one is strictly convex. First one is a convex here now. Strictly convex. So strictly convex here, normed space X. Yeah, again normed space only. Normed, not a normed. Yes, again normed linear space X. Normed linear space X is set to be strictly convex if X not equal to Y. X not equal to Y in X with both the values are not equal, but the norms are equal. Please clear that. If X not equal to Y in that capital X, but the both norms are equal to 1, such that norm of X plus Y strictly less than 2. Okay, it is strictly less than 2. Here they are conclude with triangular inequality. We know the triangular inequality very clearly. Norm of x plus y less than or equal to norm of x plus norm of y. What are the norm values here? Simply 1 plus 1. So it is strictly 2. Is it right? Okay. So this is a strictly convex function. Completed. Strictly convex function in a norm linear space X is said to be strictly convex if the norm of x equal to norm of y is equal to 1 when x not equal to y, then such that norm of x plus y strictly less than 2. Next topic is convex hull. Shall we go that topic and next topic?
One second, sir. Finished, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So convex hull. The smallest convex subset. The smallest convex subset of X containing E is called convex hull of X. Convex hull of E. Sorry, convex hull of E. Here the convex hull is defined as C of a convex hull of E is equal to the set, the linear property that set R1 x1 plus R2 x2 up to Rn xn. Here the x values are taken from that E value up to E value, and also R1, R2 or n values are strictly greater than 0 and sum of that R values are equal to 1. Sum of that R values are equal to 1. That is j is equal to 1 to n equal to 1. Okay, this is called convex hull. Convex hull means the smallest convex subset of X containing E. Okay, is called convex hull of E means the definition is R1, R2, R1x, R plus R2x. What are the R values are greater than 0, but the sum of R values are equal to 1. The X value is taken from that particular E value. The set E, subset, right? The subset X of X containing E is called convex hull of E. Same இதே மாதிரி இருக்கக்கூடியது. Same like as a term we have we are going to see again. Where is it? Spectrum. The topic name is a spectrum. The spectral theorem is there. The terms are same like a convex hull. R1 x1 plus R2 x2 up to the term. These values are not defined. Is equal to 1, is equal to 0, not like that. It is simply the expansion Rx1, R1 x1 plus R2 x2 like that up to R1 Rn xn. But the R values are taken from the only positive values. That is sum of R values strictly equal to 1. Okay. So these are the conditions. Next one is some lemma. This lemma will help you for next theorem. Let P greater than 1, 1 by P plus 1 by Q equal to 1, and A value greater than or equal to 0, B value also greater than or equal to 0, then this theorem already asked for a PGTRB question paper. கொஷின் இதுல இருந்து கேட்க முடியாதுன்னு எதுவுமே இல்லைங்க. இதுல எக்கச்சக்கமா கேட்கலாம். வித் ஈக்குவாலிட்டி AB less than or equal to A power P divided by P plus A power Q divided by Q with equality. With equality, A power P equal to B power Q or A power 1 by P, B power 1 by Q, it is strictly less than or equal to A by P, B by Q with equality A power 1 is equal to B power 1. Okay, this is a lemma. இந்த lemma already question கேட்டிருக்காங்க. So we need to study completely. Very simple. AB less than strictly less than AB less than or equal to A power P by P plus A power B power Q by Q with equality. What is the equality here? A power P. பாருங்க difference நான் சொல்லிறேன் clear-ஆ. So it is in the power term means the equality also power. If it is in a power term means less than or equal to side, we have a power A power P by P plus B power Q divided by Q means the equality term is A power P equal to B power Q. And here these powers are taken from other side means it will reciprocal, right? So இந்த மாதிரி ஏதாவது ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க. அது பாசிபிளாலாம் கேட்காதீங்க. இப்படி ஏதாவது மெமரைஸ்ல ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கலாம். அதுக்காக சொல்றேன். A power 1 by P, B power 1 by Q less than or equal to A by P plus B by Q with equality A power 1. It is actually A power 1, not a dash. A power 1 equal to B power 1. So next we will move on to next inequality. இதுக்கப்புறம் வரக்கூடிய இன்இக்வாலிட்டிஸ்லாம் உங்களுக்கே தெரியும், எக்கச்சக்கமான தடவை கேட்டிருக்காங்க. மின்கோஸ்கி இன்இக்வாலிட்டி, காஷிஸ் இன்இக்வாலிட்டி, ஹோல்டர்ஸ் இன்இக்வாலிட்டி. These three equalities are very important. Every year they ask at least one question from it. Complete it.
Finish it, sir.
So I am going to So next one is a Holder's inequality. Holder's inequality if 1 less than p less than infinite and q is defined by q is defined by 1 by p plus 1 by q equal to 1, then sum of xi yi. So we have to start a new line. Then sum of modulus of xi comma yi strictly less than or equal to sum of modulus of xi power p whole power 1 by p, then sum of yi power p, it is a power 1 by p. For any real or complex numbers, these all are for any real or x2 x up to and y not to in the same term we can written as the form sum of modulus of xi yi less than or equal to norm of xp into norm of y q. So here we have a term q. Please rechange it. Holder's inequality, it is in a multiplication equation. So please remind that it is a multiplication because of Minkowski is only plus. Okay, in a Holder's inequality, we have to apply, we need to apply P is equal to P and Q is equal to 2. If P and Q is equal to 2, the Holder's inequality, it is changed as Cauchy inequality. Equality. Okay. Cauchy inequality term is summation of a mod of xi yi strictly less than or equal to norm of 2 norm of y2, norm x2 norm y2. Okay. Norm of a summation of a modulus of xi into yi less than or equal to norm x2 norm y2. Holder's inequality, what is the p here? 1 less than p less than infinity, and q is defined as 1 by p plus 1 by q is equal to 1. Then these all are in a multiplication. We can multiply the two different numbers. Please remind that we can multiply two different numbers because next we are going to addition inequality. What is the addition inequality? Minkowski inequality. We can addition in same number only. In the fractions, I am saying fraction பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் denominator placesல சேமா இருந்துச்சுன்னா என்ன பண்ணுவோம், ஆட் பண்ண முடியும். பட் மல்டிப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ் அப்படி இல்லை, வேற வேற நம்பர் p qன்றது ரெண்டு நம்பர்ஸ் இல்லையா. we have a two numbers, norm of a p norm of a q here. அதுதான் திரும்ப திரும்ப சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கோம். பட் மிங்கோஸ்கி இன்இக்வாலிட்டியில ஒரே ஒரு நம்பர் p மட்டும்தான் வரப்போகுது. அடுத்தது கரெக்டாக எழுதிக்கங்க. Holder's inequality if 1 less than p less than infinity, q defined as 1 divided by p plus 1 divided by q is equal to 1, then the summation of a mod of xi yi less than or equal to norm x p norm y q. If it is a p q values are equal to 2 means obviously the Holder's inequality become a Cauchy inequality. Are completed.
Completed, sir.
So next one, Minkowski inequality. Minkowski. Minkowski's inequality. Right. So for 1 less than or equal to p less than infinite, summation of summation of xi plus yi power p whole to the power 1 by p less than or equal to summation of mod xi power p whole power 1 by p plus summation of yi power p whole power 1 by p. We can written as a term norm of x plus y of a p less than or equal to norm xp plus norm yp. Here both the values are in terms of a p only, not a q. In Holder's inequality and also Cauchy inequality, we have a two terms. Cauchy inequality only two. PQ values are become a 2 means that Cauchy inequality. In Holder's inequality, P and Q's are there. In Minkowski, only P values. Right? Next one is integrable. Integrable, very simple condition. Let f be a continuous complex value function. Let p be a positive real number. And let x be an arbitrary measure space n defined n on x such that integration f power p is strictly less than infinity. F of a p is integrable, then f belongs to LP space. So இதுதான் LP space ஓட basic. This is a basic of LP space. Integrable is a very basic of LP space. Okay. Here f is a continuous complex valued function, p is a positive real number, and x is an arbitrary measure of a space n defined n on x. Then integrable is already summable பார்த்தோம், right? What is summable? Summation of that value strictly less than infinity. It is an integrable. When we are using a summation, if it is a discrete type of a question, we need to use a summation, because summation and integrations are same only. Both are sum of. Both are defined as sum of only. Okay, so summation means we have to using a discrete type of questions, and integrable means we are using a continuous type of a question. So here f is already a set continuous complex valued function. P is a positive real number. Let x be an arbitrary measure space n defined n on x. Then this is a basic of a LP space. Now what is actually LP? LP norm of x எப்படி டிஃபைன் பண்ணுறாங்கன்னு பார்க்கலாம். இதை கண்டிப்பாக கம்ப்ளீட்டாக முடிச்சிருங்க ஃபஸ்ட்டு. நெக்ஸ்ட் பேஜ் எழுதுகிறேன். All completed.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So LP norm of f is defined as f norm of fp is equal to integration mod f power p d mu some terms. Okay, it is a 1 by power of mu. ஸோ இதே போலவே நம்ம முன்னாடி யூஸ் பண்ணியிருப்போம். norm of xp வந்துட்டு எப்படி டிஃபைன் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க, in terms of summation யூஸ் பண்ணோம். norm of p defined as summation of mod whole power 1 by p define பண்ணியிருப்போம். It is a LP space. Okay, so here f is a continuous valued function, complex valued function. P is a positive real number. Then the modulus of fp, it is integral of a modulus of fp strictly less than infinite. That is called integrable, right? Now LP space is a normed linear space. LP space is a normed linear space. Theorem. LP space is a normed linear space and LP is a Banach space. LP already defined as a normed linear space. Now LP is a Banach space with a norm. What is the norm condition? Already we defined out this one with the norm of fp is equal to integral f of power p d mu to the power d mu power 1 by p, right? So norm oda condition இப்படி இருந்துச்சுன்னா, if it is a norm condition is in terms of this term, that normed linear space is called Banach space. LP space is a Banach space with this defined norm. Now Holder's inequality, again Minkowski inequality in terms of this kind of terms. What is the terms? Integrable like terms. First one is Holder's inequality in measurable function. They clearly mentioned Holder's inequality in measurable measurable function. So what is a measurable function terms? Then f belongs to LP space, G belongs to LQ space. When P is strictly greater than 1, no, P less than 1, P less than 1, P 1 less than P less than infinity, and 1 by P plus 1 by Q is equal to 1, then norm of Fg less than or equal to norm Fp, norm Gq. Okay, this is a Holder's inequality in measurable function. The same time we can written as the term Minkowski also. Minkowski inequality written as the term f plus g of a p less than or equal to norm of fp plus norm of gq. Sorry, gq, not a gq here. Minkowski inequality is also p. Always p values only. Complete it. Complete.
Completed, sir.
Okay. So next one is Rees-Fisher theorem. Rees-Fisher theorem. Yes, very simple theorem only. This LP for 1 less than or equal to p less than infinity, LP space is complete. LP space is a complete. Okay. This is Rees-Fisher theorem. Next one, continuity and joint continuity. Continuity and joint continuity. Continuous. Continuous and joint continuous. If n m or normed linear space, a mapping f n tends to m is a continuous at x naught belongs to n if and only if each epsilon, that means every epsilon, because I'm எப்பவுமே அப்படி தான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுவோம். every epsilon greater than 0 there exists a positive integer n அப்படின்னா ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுவோம். ஸோ இங்கே அதே போல் நம்ம வச்சுக்கலாம். for each every epsilon greater than 0 there exists a delta greater than 0 such that modulus of x minus x naught என்ற இடத்துல instead of a modulus of x naught, here we have to use it a norm because we are completely in terms of a norm only. So here, okay, norm of x minus x naught strictly less than delta such that or implies f of x minus f of x naught strictly less than epsilon. It is a continuous, right? So இதே continuous அப்படியே எங்க பார்ப்போம்னா same terms we can see it is in a where it is real. Okay, so in real the same conditions also come, but there are only modulus of x minus x naught less than delta such that f of x modulus of f of x minus f of naught less than epsilon. But here in a normed linear space we are using a norms. Next one is a joint continuous. Jointly continuous if x, y, z or metric space I clearly mentioned this one is okay. I will complete it and then I will explain. That is a better one. Metric space, then a mapping f x into y tends to z is jointly continuous if and only if function of xn comma yn tends to f of x comma y. Function of x comma y whenever x10 tends to x whenever x10 tends to x, yn tends to y as n tends to infinity. Okay, this is a jointly continuous. Now the explanation I will give you. Jointly continuous, we are starting from the jointly continuous in metric space only. So this is the double product. Okay, this is called r power 2. If we are taking a real number means we can put it in a bracket x comma y like that. The double product mapped to only one single value this is jointly continuous. That function f of xn, f of xn comma yn, where it is converged, f of x comma y simply. So we have to prove this condition whenever எப்பவுமே எப்படி இருக்கும் xn tends to x, yn tends to y, as n tends to infinity means. So this one is a proof. Obviously, this is also a proof. If it is a proof, that whole term, that metric space is jointly continuous. So continuous means a norm linear space. We have to take in a norm of x, y, x minus x naught less than delta, delta value greater than 0, epsilon also greater than 0. Okay. So jointly continuous x, y, z are a metric space. That mapping will happen x cross y to z. Is a jointly continuous if and only if f of xn comma yn tends to f of xy whenever xn tends to x, yn tends to y, as n tends to infinity. Right? So let us pass on the next topic. So we have some remarks here. Completed.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So some remarks are there. So first one is, if f is jointly continuous, then continuous each variable of x and y. Actually, that is a definition of a jointly continuous, right? So continuous each of the variable x and y, but the converse is not true. The converse is not true. Okay. So this is the important one. If it is a jointly continuous means it will continuous. But whenever we have to prove it is a continuous, then what about the jointly continuous? Definitely not. It is not necessary to jointly continuous for every function continuous. So every jointly continuous is a continuous function, but every continuous function is not a jointly continuous function. Okay. So let us go to the next topic, linear subspace. Linear subspace. A non-empty subset of a M. A non-empty empty subset M of a linear space is a linear subspace. So அந்த M linear subspace ன்னு சொல்லணும்னா linear subspace of L ன்னு சொல்லணும்னா if and only if a conditions are there comma y belongs to M, x comma y belongs to M, then x plus y also belongs to M. Scalar multiplication, x belongs to M, alpha be any scalar, then alpha x belongs to capital M, alpha belongs to also capital M, or sir இந்த ரெண்டு கண்டிஷனுக்கு பதிலா ஒரே. So which one is asking for a question, you can return it. Okay, optionsல எது இருக்கோ அதை நீங்க ஈஸியா செலக்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். If alpha be any scalar, alpha x plus beta y belongs to capital M. This is a linear subspace. ஒரு linear space இருக்கு, linear spaceக்குள்ள ஒரு diagram போட்டுறலாங்க டக்குன்னு, because the diagram is very useful for understanding. That's why. L is a linear subspace and M is a subset. Here M is a non-empty subset only. And the non-empty subset subspace ன்னு சொல்லணும்னா what is the term? X, y, all the values taking from M, and alpha x plus beta y also in terms of M க்குள்ளே இருக்கும். So அப்படி இருந்துச்சுன்னா the subset is a linear subspace of L ன்னு சொல்லலாம். Okay, because a linear space ஓட conditions நம்ம ஸ்டார்டிங் இந்த யூனிட்டோட ஸ்டார்டிங் அதான் பார்த்துருக்கோம். வேணா ஒரு எடுத்து பார்த்துருக்கேன், இதே மாதிரி தான் இருக்கும். எப்பவுமே ஒரு ஸ்பேஸ் சப்ஸ்பேஸ் நம்ம ப்ரூவ் பண்ணணும்னா என்ன பண்ணுவோம், ஒரு சப்செட் எடுத்துக்குவோம், we have taking one subset, then we have to prove the all the points in the whole set, they have to satisfy the set values, the overall set values, then only we can say it is a subspace. Complete it fast. முடிஞ்சாச்சா? நெக்ஸ்ட் போலாமா?
sir.
So next one is a important one, result. So actually the result is let N is non-linear space and M be a subspace of a N, then closure M of capital M is also a subspace of capital N. ஸோ இந்த க்ளோஷர் எப்படி டினோட் பண்ணுவாங்க யாருக்கா தெரியுமா? க்ளோஷர் டினோட் பண்ணுறது ஒரு சிம்பிள் இருக்கு. இந்த க்ளோஷர் எம் எப்படி டினோட் பண்ணுவாங்க?
M bar sir.
எம் பார். ஓகேங்களா? இப்படி டினோட் பண்ணாலும் க்ளோஷர் தான் சொல்கிறாங்கன்னு அர்த்தம். லெட் என் பி எ norm linear space. M subspace of a n. Then closure M of a M is also subspace of a norm linear space. Okay. So next topic is continuous linear transformation. This is a basic of linear transformation. So most important one, continuous linear transformation. So continuous linear transformation, let n and n dash be non-linear space with the same scalar. With the same scalar. Scalars. A linear transform T on n into n dash is said to be continuous if and only if it is a continuous. It is a continuous as a mapping to the metric space n into n dash. So here n dash are simply, what is it? Norm linear space with the same scalar. Linear transformation T on n into n dash is said to be a continuous if and only if it is a continuous as a mapping. எப்படி மேப் ஆகணும்? மெட்ரிக் ஸ்பேஸ் n டு மெட்ரிக் n-க்கு மேப் ஆகணும். சரி, இங்கே சொல்லியிருக்க விஷயம் கிளியராக சொல்லியிருக்கோம். இட் இஸ் a very clearly say about that n dash. What is the n and n dash? Norm linear space with our same scalars. Okay. So what are the conditions in normed linear space? You have to remember that. ஓகேங்களா? ஒரு வேர்டு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அது என்னன்னு ரிமைண்ட் பண்ணிக்கிட்டே இருங்க. அப்போ தான் உங்களுக்கு குமுலேட்டிவாக ஞாபகம் வந்துகிட்டே இருக்கும். ஸோ இது இன்னைக்கு படித்த எல்லாத்தையும் திருப்பி நாளைக்கு ரீகால் பண்ணும்போது உங்களுக்கு இந்த விஷயத்தெல்லாம் மறந்துட்டோம்னா கஷ்டம். ஓகே. So this is a continuous linear transformation. Basic n and n dash are a normed linear space with the same scalar. A linear transformation T on n into n dash said to be a continuous if and only if it is a continuous as a mapping. எங்க மேப் ஆகணும்? As a metric space மேப் ஆகணும். Clear? Okay. ஸோ ஒரு நார்ம்டு லீனியர் ஸ்பேஸ் எடுத்துக்கிட்டு கண்டினியூஸ்ன்னு சொல்லும் போது அது மேப்பிங் ஆகக்கூடிய ஸ்டேஜ் மெட்ரிக் ஸ்பேஸ் டு மெட்ரிக் ஸ்பேஸ் என் டு என் டேஷ்ன்ற மெட்ரிக்காக கன்வெர்ட் ஆகும். அதை இன்னொரு வேர்டில் சொல்கிறாங்க. வெரி சிம்பிளான வேர்டு, இதுக்கு நம்ம பார்த்துருக்கோம் ஏற்கனவே. இன் அதர் வேர்ட்ஸ், டி எ மேப்பிங் டி n to n dash is a continuous if and only if for any sequence xn tends to x in n such that t of xn tends to t of x in n dash. Is it clear? Okay, so this is a very basic one. The transformation T tends to n dash. Actually, it is a norm linear space now. In terms of a T, see, these two are normed linear space. If it is a continuous if and only if for every sequence or any sequence xn to x in n, then t of xn tends to t of x in n dash. I will put a one diagram here, very simple diagram. This is a n. Here we have a term xn tends to x, and here we have a n dash. So this is a transformations will happened here, like mapping that function, okay, t. Now t of xn tends to t of x, all are in n dash only. This is a continuous linear transformation, okay, continuous linear transformations. Are you clear? Any doubt? So we'll see the next class. If you have any doubt, please make it note down, or you can ask me now itself. யாருக்காவது டவுட் இருக்குங்களா? இது வரைக்கும் பேசிக்கான விஷயத்தை எல்லாத்தையும் நம்ம கம்ப்ளீட்டாக பார்த்துருக்கோம். நார்மல் லீனியர் ஸ்பேஸ்னா என்னென்னு பார்த்துருக்கோம். லீனியர் ஸ்பேஸ், லீனியர் சப்ஸ்பேஸ்னா என்னென்னு பார்த்துருக்கோம். At the same time, what is a Banach space? Banach space is a complete normal linear space and finite dimensional. What is the term? ஞாபகம் இருக்குங்களா? Banach space மூணு கண்டிஷன் இருக்கு. First one is a completely normal linear space. Second one is finite dimensional non-linear space. Third one, யாருக்கா ஞாபகம் இருக்குங்களா?
Absolutely summable. Absolutely summable.
Absolutely summable இருந்துச்சுன்னா Banach space இருக்கும். Okay. ஓகேங்க. So
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, I had a doubt about
Yeah, tell me.
last session, sir.
This continuous linear transformations are?
Sir, last one, Latin square. In that, a new treatment is there, no, sir?
Oh, in
Yeah,
Latin
yes.
square. Oh, statistics 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Sir. In the degree of freedom, k minus 1.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, what is that, sir? K minus 1 means what's
In
that?
Latin square.
Sir.
K minus 1 is, it is, I already told you, it is a Latin square that they given a table in square only. Square table only they give it. Rows and columns are equal.
Sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Here, rows and columns are equal means only we are taking a K. If it is a row or column, we can take it a K.
Okay, sir. So in that error SSE, k minus 1 into k minus 2. So in the first k we have to take
Okay.
rows and second k we have to take columns, sir.